board of the Butte County Healthcare Coalition, and we're pushing to get single payer in California. Do you want to comment on Governor Brown's comment today that it's just not the right time for single payer in California?
You know, I like Governor Brown, and I think he's done a lot of good things. But, you know, even the smartest people in the world get things wrong. And I think it's overdue, if anything, in California, that we have an important responsibility to our children. Years ago, when I was in the legislature for 8 years, and they had a hearing about, you know, health insurance, and this doctor got up and said, you know, I just saw a little boy last week. He was 10. His parents didn't take him to the doctor because they didn't have any money and they didn't have any insurance. So by the time he got to the emergency room, he had a terrible infection. Although we were able to save his life, he lost the hearing in his ear. So the little mistake on not giving him single-payer health coverage cost him his hearing, cost their productivity, cost a lot of people a chance to contribute, cost a lot of people a chance to make a difference in the future. And I just say to you, you know, Mark Twain also said the problem with common sense is not very common. I can't tell you how many friends I've had where something went wrong in their lives when they were in Europe. One got hit by a taxi, another one got really sick, another one was in a car that was hit by a bus. I guess I have some crazy friends. But the truth is, they all raved about the care they got and how little it cost them. So it's time for America to come to its senses. And I'm not, you know, I'm open to looking, yes, at what they do in Canada and Cuba, but also what they do in Europe. There has to be a solution that is affordable and that works for us. And if Massachusetts could figure it out with Mitt Romney, surely to God. Yes.
You know, because I was also on the board of the Butte County Healthcare Coalition, and when Shirley Toole was when she first introduced it and developed it, and I guess I'm really having over the years having a very difficult time because there's so much dispute about we really don't need insurance companies to deal with our health care. I mean, in that sense, the way they do it. I don't understand because when she wrote the bill and she took a long time to do it and she put it through every person in our legislature, you know, Democrats, Republicans, you name it, they all went through it and they all put in their input and it was passed 3 times. And Schwarzenegger vetoed it, and I just don't understand what Jerry Brown, why he is holding up. I mean, please don't tell me he's being paid by the lobbyists of the insurance companies.
No, I don't think he is, and I think he's very opinionated. He vetoed mandatory kindergarten. I'm sorry. Does anybody here think that was a good plan? Well, if the bullet is like my parents buying a new car instead of sending their kid to college. If you can't afford to educate your kids and you can't afford to give them health care, you jolly well not going to be building a high-speed train so rich people can get from Bakersfield to Merced faster. I mean, I'm sorry, I understand wanting to get out of Bakersfield. Seriously, don't tell Bakersfield I said that. But seriously, you know, we ought to have a conversation about high-speed rail, but we ought to identify a revenue stream, you know, legalize gambling or something. But before we do that, we have to take care of our roads, our bridges, our water, our schools, our colleges, our preschool. It is ridiculous to have a fancy new car when your kid can't afford to have braces.